Good morning. Hey, everybody. It is Angie, and here's the good stuff. I am fully hydrated today. Woke up on time. Everything moving in the right direction. I cannot complain. So, as I'm pulling up my chat, I will just remind you that my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So, if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. So, I hope everybody's doing well today. How'd you fare on the weekend? Did you get through it? Was everything okay for you? My weekend was pretty cool. Good morning, Jillian. Happy Monday. Um, I can't complain about the weekend. I spent time with the family. We had a little get together on Saturday night. It was lovely. Saturday, I talked to several clients and everything. Good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Malta. Good morning, Wally and Bonnie. Bonnie says, good morning, Angie and Spanily. Cheryl Wooster in the house says, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl, and welcome. Welcome, everybody. Renee Goodell in the house. Good morning, Renee. Malta says, good morning to everyone. Adriana Bordeaux in the house. Good morning, Adriana. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Let me just get my chat scroll going. Okay, we have Shelly in the house. Good morning, Shelly. Arlene Robertson. Aw, she says, so glad I can watch Sweet Lady. Been sick. Well, I hope you feel better, Arlene. Are you feeling better now? Wally says, sad and tired. I'm sorry to hear that, Wally. Let's see if we can't cheer you up while we're here. Good morning, Ms. J. Meeby. She says, good morning, sunshines. How'd you fare over the weekend, J. Meeby? I know you were struggling on Friday. Renee Goodell in the house says, I love your live chats. Thank you so much, Renee. Happy to have you. La la la. My thing is moving too fast. Okay. Anonymous is here. Good morning, Anonymous. Welcome back, my friend. Abigail C says, good morning. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Narcissistic free, I think that says, and happy. Good afternoon from Anna Stockport near Manchester, England. 18 months narc aware and free. Hey, everybody send some happy love to Narcissist Anna in Stockport. Love is here. Good morning, Love. Welcome, welcome. Jane Jones in the house says good morning. Good morning, Jane. Happy to have you. Free at Last 38 says good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Free at Last. Jamie B says, today I choose to be happy, not giving him any more of my sparkle. Love it. Hands up for Jamie B, everybody. Breon's in the house. Hey, Breon, welcome back, honey. How you doing with your beautiful face? Arlene Robertson is here again. Oh, yeah, she knew that. I already said hello to Arlene. Hey, Arlene. I'm glad you're feeling better. Leche Por Favor is here. Good morning, Leche. How you doing? Tommy D in the house. Good morning, Tommy D. He says, morning, girl. Morning. Tammy Jones is here. Good morning, Tammy. Phyllis G in the house says, good morning, Angie. Had a rough day yesterday, but I'm feeling better this morning. Great news. Hands up for Phyllis, everybody. Nadia is here. Hey, honey. She says, good morning, Angie and everyone. And she sends her love. Nadia, I hope you're feeling well today. How was your weekend? Miss Barbara's back. Good morning, Barbara. How you feeling, honey? I hope you're doing better today. Arlene Robertson says interruptions on here. Sorry about that. I hope everybody can see okay. Trish Meyerly says good morning. It was a beautiful weekend. Oh, that's wonderful, Trish. She said, I thought I was doing better regarding the breakup. 3 months and yesterday I started struggling, wondering, did I do the right thing? I know I did. I know you did too, Trish. Stay strong, honey. It's going to get better. Listen, everybody, it's totally normal to have those moments of self doubt. You have to remember that for the last however many years or months you've been with a narcissist, you've been conditioned to believe that anything you thought or said or felt was maybe not real or not good enough or not legitimate. So now you have to remember to start to trust yourself. And Trish, you know you did the right thing because you're not being abused anymore, right? That's a start. All right. Jay Meeby says, I cried it all out and I realized I'm exactly where I want to be. I prayed for so long to be free of him. I am now grateful. That is a beautiful thing, my friend. Keep in that space as long as you can. That is so much better than the other place, isn't it? I feel you. Okay, hold on. Miss Jillian says, I hope I'm wrong. Who would have thought it? Wait, Jillian, did I miss something? Hold on. I feel like, oh, here she goes. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of something. Hold on. I'm scrolling back up, y'all. Okay. Let's see here. Jillian says, I'm beginning to think that my daughter has some kind of low-level narcissism. She demanded something of me, and when I didn't comply, she embarrassed me and my two sons. Oh, to my two sons. Oh, honey. Jillian says, I sent her a text telling her I loved her. Where'd it go? I lost it. I sent her a text telling her I love her, but I needed some space because she was acting toxic. And then she did a smear campaign on Facebook. Oh, geez, Jillian, I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, Maybe you should just step back for a little while, and give yourself some space, and don't don't play into the smear campaign. Don't look at it. You can unfollow someone's page without actually unfriending them. Just go to their page on Facebook and click the little drop down box where it says friends, and it'll give you the option to unfollow their posts. That way you don't have to look at it and don't have to respond to it. The best way to deal with it is to continue to shine your light and not focus on the negativity that she's spewing out. You'll just focus on reasons to be grateful, focus on that you love her and that you will get through this and she will get through this, and hopefully together. If not, I hope that doesn't happen, but I hope that you're able to work through it that way. Jillian, let me know your thoughts on this. Good morning, Timothy Yiser. He says, good morning. My weekend was a little struggle, but remaining strong for it is the best choice for me. Yes, my friend, absolutely. And I'm so happy that you're here with us today, Timothy. Thank you for being here, and stay strong. It is worth it. Everybody send love vibes to Jillian and her daughter, and send some love vibes to Timothy. He could use it today too. All right. Good morning, Parker Renfrew. Happy to have you today. Luff, almost called you Luffy Mevendusky. Muffy Lewandowski's in the house. She says, good morning, Angie. Good morning, Malta. Good morning, Angie family. God bless to all. God bless to you. Ellen Dilly is here. Good morning, Ellen. Welcome. She says, good morning, Angie. Thank you for your help. Always my pleasure, Ellen. Thanks for being here, and welcome to the Spanily. Charisse Kotri is here. Hey, hey, how are you? She says, I dreamt about the XN last night. It was terrible. Been there. But on the plus side, you said XN. Thumbs up for that one. Regina Smith is in the house. Good morning, Regina. How you feeling today? Nadia says to Jamie B, hey, girl, save your sparkle for someone who will deserve and appreciate your unicorn awesomeness. Okay, listen, I love that. And I say save your sparkle for yourself, because you have to love yourself first every single day. If you don't love yourself first, you can't really ever heal. And it's difficult because we've been brought up and taught often not to love ourselves and not to think we're good enough. But I'm here to tell y'all, every single one of you in this room is worth loving. So I want you to feel that, and I want you to embrace that and stay focused on unconditional, unrelenting self-love. Okay? All right. Ms. Leche says, I have a restraining order. My ex is only permitted to talk to me through Talking Parents app. Good. He won't tell me when the kids are sick, and didn't tell me about the car accident they were in. I feel like you have a certain amount of legal rights here. I think you have to know when your children are sick, and you have to know definitely about a car accident. So I would speak to your lawyer maybe. Jillian, what do you think about this? Any thoughts? Jillian's an attorney who lives in, I'm not telling you where she lives because I don't have permission to do that, but she might have an idea for you. Denise Farmer, good morning, honey. I hope you're feeling well today. I know you're dealing with some stuff. I hope your mediation went well. Hugs and love to you. I'll text you today. Anonymous says, congratulations to Narcissistic Free and Happy. Continue with your journey to healing. Yes, absolutely. Malta says, good morning to Muffy. And Leche says, he says it's against the restraining order. That's not true. Of course it's not true. It's not against the restraining order to know about your children. I totally agree with you. I can't believe that would be true. Stop the Chaos says, finally forced myself to be honest. After enjoying the hoovering process for the past week, I put myself out there. Didn't even get close to the reaction I deserved. I'm done wasting time. Okay, I'm proud of you, and I know it's hard, and I know it hurts, but Stop the Chaos. It's going to be worth it. I promise you. I want you to stay strong. Everybody send strong, positive energy to Stop the Chaos today. Shelly says, I set some boundaries with the narcissist I lived with yesterday. Oh, just so you know, I'm working on a couple of things. really quickly, Shelly, I promise I'm gonna come right back to you. I'll be doing videos on boundaries this week, and I'm also working on a tool for you guys to help those of you who haven't left yet. So if you have ideas on things that you would like to see in that tool, please send me an email to angYatkinson@gmail.com and title it tool, and share anything that you think should go in there. I've got it's really coming together, but any kinds of resources or tips that you have, if you've left or do you have ideas for people, angYatkinson@gmail.com with tool in the subject line. I would love your thoughts on this. I want to make sure it's a complete resource. I'm not charging any money for it, of course. I'm doing it because I want people to have something they can physically hold. If they want to print it out, they can do that. And I want them to be able to know what they need before they leave. When we're going through this, we're so overwhelmed by the emotion and the fear and all this stuff. Sometimes I think it would just really help to just have something that you could go, okay, this is how I'm going to plan. So I'm creating a worksheet, and I'm creating like a little booklet, a downloadable PDF. And again, I'm not charging anything for it. I'm just doing it because I'm not even going to make people subscribe to get it. I'm just doing it because I want to give you something that will help, and something that will be really truly useful. So keep it in mind. All right. Shelly, set some boundaries with the narcissist I lived with yesterday. I knew he would react in typical narc fashion with deflection, distraction, diversion, gaslighting, etc. I called him out on everything. Good for you. How did it go? Let me know. Regina says, Angie, how do you accept that they will not change for someone else? Well, it's really hard, Regina. One thing you can do is, if you know any of the exes before you could speak to them and ask how it went. And I would bet that you probably had a similar experience. And the other thing you can do is just, understand that these people, they have a cycle. So even if they are sitting here and they are looking perfect from the outside, that when you started your relationship with that person, it probably also looked perfect. And as you moved forward in the relationship, think about how it went. Think about at what point did you start to find, in hindsight, where did you start to see red flags? Because when we're in love with someone and we feel like excuse me, my nose is itchy. We feel like we're falling in love with someone and we feel like everything is going a certain way. We tend to want to embrace that whole situation. And so if we notice little things that we think, that's kind of weird, we gloss over them, and this is human nature. Even in healthy relationships, people tend to gloss over the things that worry them or annoy them at first, because they're feeling strong feelings for that person. So we might tolerate things that we would not otherwise tolerate when we're going through a love bombing situation with a narcissist. And as we go into the relationship, things start to change. They start to find little things about us that they don't love, and they start to pick us apart. And that's when it all begins. That begins the devalue phase and the discard phase, whether you actually are whether you're actually literally discarded, like they literally end the relationship and then come back, or you are just temporarily discarded, where they give you the silent treatment, or they're angry at you for a period of time until you manage to work your way back into their good graces, which of course was their intention all along. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, I hope that's a little bit helpful, Regina. Let me know if you need more information. I've done a couple of videos on this that are also several actually, that I think might be very helpful. So if you search my channel for News Supply, you can watch those and they'll be useful for you. Renee says to Phyllis, I know your weekends are going to get better. I am with Renee. You know what, you guys? I remember being scared to death, not scared to death, but anxious and upset about the weekends with a narcissist, because they would feel so overwhelming, because the narcissist then would be with me 48 hours without leaving. And I used to think, oh my God, I don't know if, and so I know I've done videos before, at least one video on how the weekends suck with a narcissist. But yeah. Shelly says, I reiterated my original boundary and walked away. Very good. She says, and now I'm getting the silent treatment. Okay. Shelly, I've done videos on the silent treatment you may want to watch. The best way to deal with that is to ignore it. So continue throughout your day just like normal. If you need to speak to the narcissist about something, like, dinner's ready or whatever, just tell them what you have to tell them. Don't wait for a response. Walk away. You know, it's time for it's your day to take out the trash. It's time for dinner. Here's your piece of mail. Just pretend like nothing's wrong. Just act happy. Act like nothing is wrong. Don't notice that they're not speaking to you. Like they won't know what to do. So if you walk up to them and you say, "Here's this bit of information I need to give you," then stand there and smile and go, "Okay, well, I'll see you later," and walk away. It throws them off, and it usually breaks the silent treatment. Something to think about. Might take a day or two, depending on how tenacious they are, but yeah. Malta says audio and video are good on his end. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. All right. Bonnie says, my 28-year-old is about to close on a house today. My narcissist husband goes away almost every weekend. He is just living the single life, apparently enjoying it. Well, how much longer is he going to be your husband is the question. I'm happy for your 28-year-old. I think that the narcissist, great if he's going away every weekend. Won't that give you a little space? How much longer are you going to be there, Bonnie? Let me know. Sammy 1107 is in the house. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? Sammy says, how do narcissists handle long-distance relationships? I'm trying to help a friend who's with a covert female narcissist. Okay. They're great at long-distance relationships in many cases because they can hide things. They can be in more than one relationship. They can be perfect from far away. But definitely they play mind games with you. And a female narcissist is likely to, now with her being a covert, it's a little iffy, but she may, she may display certain histrionic qualities where she's, she might be cheating locally. She might be cheating with other people online. It would depend. Give me some more information on this, Sammy, if you want, and I'll try to give you some more specific advice. I don't really know what you're looking for right here. Oops, I lost my place. Hold on. Okay. I hate when I lose my place, you guys. All right, here we go. Jeez, wait. Okay, way overshot. Okay. Malta says audio video. Okay. All right, here we go. Nadia. Nadia has her court date tomorrow, and she says to get the order of protection extended, and I'm filing for divorce at the same time. I'm so nervous to face him, and I'm scared of what will happen with the divorce. I totally feel you, Nadia, but honey, you have been so brave, and I'm so proud of you. I want you to stay strong, stay focused. Remember how peaceful it is without that person in your life, and I want you to go in there and hold your head high. Do not look him in his eyes if he's there, and tell the truth. That's all you have to do. And you're going to get through this. You are. And as far as the divorce goes, you've got your attorney to lean on if you need to. Do not look in his eyes, not your narcissist's eyes, because that is the thing that will make it more difficult for you. So if you need to look at him on his forehead or his mouth, or just look right past the top of his head, depending. And I would not look him in his eyes. I hope that's helpful. But I want you to stay strong. Everybody send strong, healthy, positive energy to Nadia today so she can be ready for her court date tomorrow. Jamie B says, hey, Nadia, love you, girl. So cute. Okay. I love how you guys support each other. I know I tell you that all the time. I'm such a nerd, but I love it. Okay. Wait a minute. Bonnie says, I'm still trying to gray rock. That's perfect. Gray rock with a smile, honey, because, just consider it more peaceful while he's not talking to you. Abigail C is in the house, says, Saturday night, I went back to my parents. I'm 23, married 3 years, together 6 years. He sent a text saying good night, and if I wanted to talk, I responded in the morning that I went to sleep. Okay. If you are finished, Abigail, do you guys have kids together? If you're finished, I suggest that you stop responding and don't talk to him anymore. Living Kintsugi is in the house. Good morning. By the way, Abigail, I know it's hard to leave your narcissist, and I just want to say big hugs to you, big love to you, big strength, everybody. Send Abigail and Bonnie some strong, happy love vibes today. Good morning, Living Kintsugi. How are you? Ellen Dilly and Ellen Dilly says, cheating evidence right in front of me, but I'm questioning my own sanity. Oh, sweetie. We are so often taught to question our own sanity, aren't we? Don't do that to yourself. If you see it right in front of you, you know it's true. You cannot doubt yourself. And I want to ask you a question. Do you want to share your person with somebody else? And if you don't, then you know what you have to do. Okay? Give yourself a real hard, honest look at the situation and know that you don't deserve this. Know that you deserve to be loved in the same way that you love someone. Know that you deserve to be loved by someone's for who you are, not for what you do for them. And don't accept cheating if that's not acceptable to you. It's one of my deal breakers personally. I know everybody has different priorities and different things, but I'm telling you right now, if my current husband of 15 years cheated on me, I would leave him, and he knows it. Keep it in your mind. Arlene Robertson says, Angie, my daughter said she happened to look at my phone and saw last contact with the narcissist in February. Is that wrong for her to look? Yes. That is an invasion of privacy. Absolutely. She has no right to do that. That is wrong, in my opinion. I would not be fine with my children going into my phone without my permission, whether they were adults or not. Okay? And I have one who's an adult and two who are not, and they know better, all of them. It's just an invasion of privacy. You're an adult. You don't need somebody following up on you without your permission, digging in your stuff. That's just as good as going through your nightstand drawer. You know what I'm saying? No reason for it. Not acceptable without permission. Yeah. Malta McMurgy says, Jamie B, I love your positivity this morning. Big hugs to you. You guys. Love you all. Okay. Narcissistic Happy and Free. Oh, Free and Happy says, I noticed I spelt my username wrong. Anna, she corrected it now. Good. I feel you, girl. Keith Edmede. I don't know, Keith. How you doing? Welcome to the tribe. Bonnie says he ups the ante every time that I do or set boundaries. The mind games never end. Well, Bonnie, just stop playing the games. Just gray rock. And anytime you see the games, look, what I find to be very powerful is knowing that that I will not fall for games. Okay, so when the games start, you know what I do? I just zone out and go somewhere else in my head, or I physically remove myself from the situation. And if they go, why did you walk away from me? I go, you were playing the mind games again. I'm not interested. And this truly, yeah, gray rocking absolutely causes some narcissist to up the ante. But you know what? If you just don't break, they get bored. I promise, Bonnie. Keep trying. Just don't allow him to see you upset. Another thing they do is sometimes they actually change the game and get better if you gray rock hard enough, because they realize that they're not getting a reaction from you by being negative to you. You can sort of train them. I know that sounds horrible, but you really can. You really can. The worst ones, though, it doesn't fix anything. Training them doesn't fix anything. It just temporarily slows them down, basically. They are always going to slip back into the narcissistic rages and the narcissistic, injuries. And it's just too much. It's too much. They don't change. They don't change. Stop the Chaos says, it's amazing that he can be so sweet when he needs something. He's buying a motorcycle and wants to borrow my truck to pick up his latest midlife crisis decision. Come on. Oh, right? I totally agree. And you have to wonder if it had something to do with that. I really hate that. I'm so sorry. Stay strong. It's worth the trouble, my friend. I promise. It's worth the trouble. All right. Jamie B, where'd she go? Wait a minute. I lost my place. Here it goes. Jamie B says, thank you, Malta. Hugs right back at you, my awesome friend. Love it. Love it. Kelly Bowers. Hey, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Says 90 days, no contact. Hands up for Kelly. I have moments, but I self-talk. That's amazing, Kelly. That's exactly what you have to do. She said, I immediately remember an awful time, and that keeps me more grounded. I know I am better and happier without that piece of garbage. I want you guys to listen to this comment again. She says she has moments, but she self-talks to get through them. She says, I immediately remember an awful time that she had with her narcissist, and that keeps me grounded. And this is absolutely what we should all be doing in these situations. That's why I suggest that you write yourself a list of all the reasons that you don't want to go back to that person, and you keep it somewhere in a drawer, in your phone, I don't care, put it somewhere. And when you have those moments of self-doubt, talk to yourself and remind yourself why you're not there. And if you need to pull out the list, do it. It's really important, and I promise you it's going to help you. I promise you. All right. Nadia says, my finest friend told me she ran into the narc hubby in Aldi, my narc hubby in Aldi, and he told her a sob story, of course, that I'm ruining his life and cheating on him. He was like, oh, I have money. What about me and my daughter? Okay, listen. That's called a smear campaign. That's called he is trying to attract attention. He is trying to get people, they love the sob story. They love the sob story. They use it to attract new victims. They use it to get attention. They use it to make people feel sorry for them and do things for them. Okay. And then what he's doing is a smear campaign. He's trying to make people not believe you and believe him so that he can get lots of attention and maybe take away your friend. I'm glad that your friend let you know the truth, because I think that proves that she's probably on your side, and that's a beautiful thing, my friend. Shelly says he's sulking, etc. I'm working on becoming financially independent. It's taking a while, and I fear he will escalate the abuse to a point that I'm not able to transfer to a new life peacefully. Well, maybe you need to do what you need to do to get through it. Maybe you want to, I hear some weird noises. Maybe you want to focus on making him happy while you get out, and if you want to do that, here's what you do. You compliment him a lot. You thank him for every tiny thing that he does. If he takes out the trash, you act like he just saved the world. You know what I'm saying? They like to be your hero. They like to think they're amazing and flawless. You can do that until you leave. You can play the game until you leave. But if he's going to cross your boundaries repeatedly, the game is ugly. It is stressful. It causes you trouble. But and the worst part of it is that if you play the game and you do the butt kissing and all the stuff that they need to get through their days, it might get calm and happy around there again for a while. And the problem with that is that it may not motivate you to keep going forward. So you have to make a choice there, Shelly. I think you're doing the right thing. As far as working on becoming financially dependent, I'm not sure what you're doing, but if you're working on something, your own business or something like that, let me know. I'd be happy to shoot you some tips on helping you with that. That is something that I love to talk about and that I'm very good at talking about. Allison Morris says, hello, everyone. Hey, Allison, welcome. I'm feeling very lost today, thinking of all those in the same boat. Love to all. Hugs and love to you, Allison. I hope you're going to be okay. Know that you're welcome to come here. We're here every weekday around 9:15 a.m. Central Time, and we're here on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Central Time. And also, Allison, join SPAN at queenbeing.com/SPAN. It's my free online support group, and it is confidential and full of amazing people always going. So you got 24/7 support right here, girl. All right. JT says, Jillian says, my daughter was the one who introduced me to the narcissist, and she didn't tell me that they briefly had a relationship. Oh my God. Girl, that's messed up. I found all this out a few months before the wedding. It was so disturbing. I'm so sorry, Jillian. That's horrible. I cannot imagine. Oh, honey. I'm so sorry. Shelly says, the more I stand up to him, the more I sense he is raging on the inside and scheming a grand discard. Let him discard you. If he does, then, I know you're working on the financial independence thing, but, it's almost just like having a child. You're never really ready financially. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to jump. And the abuse then stops, and suddenly everything starts to flow a little better in your life. Focus on abundance. Focus on, I like to remind myself all the time, this is a really good one. Listen up. It's a mantra that I use anytime I feel scared about any money situation, I remind myself, I always have more money than I need. Remind yourself of that too, even if it's not actually true yet. Keep reminding yourself, I always have more money than I need. Okay? It helps. It works. All right. Ellen says, I just got back with a narcissist and I'm getting physical symptoms, sick and in pain. Cheating evidence in front of me. So bummed, I thought I was over him. Why did you get back with him if you know he cheated on you? May I ask? I don't mean to be pushy or rude. Just curious. What would make you want to go back? Was it a money thing or was it something else? Let me know. Living Kintsugi says, I tried new things this weekend and I feel much better than I have in a while. But what is the fastest way to stop being afraid of the abuser and learn to let go of anger? Okay. Well, as far as stopping being afraid of the abuser, one of the best things you can do is to stay away from the abuser and to begin to build up your personal power. I am working on a project that will help you with that as well. But what is the fastest way to stop being afraid of them? Yeah, personal power, personal strength. Make sure that you're aware of your surroundings, safety, things like that. Learning to let go of anger is a whole other story. Something that I have done, and I've said it here before many times, I don't know if you've heard it, but sit down and write a letter to that person. Write out every single thing that they did to you that you are angry about and say all the cuss words you want to say. Don't mess with worrying about grammar or anything stressful like that. Just put it out there, write it down. I like to handwrite it because I feel like it physically helps to take it out of me a little bit. And then when you get through that part, you write the letter. At the very last paragraph, I want you to say, and now I'm going to forgive you. And I'm not forgiving you for you. I'm forgiving you for me because this anger is toxic and it's ruining my life. I don't want any more of your negative shit in my world. Something of that nature. And then sign it. And then what I did is I burnt it. I didn't need to send it. As soon as I wrote it, I was done. But some people like to burn it. Some people like to send it. If you're going to send it, I would make another version, and I wouldn't send it if you're going through a divorce right now because you don't want any evidence of negativity coming from you. But some people like to just throw it in the trash. Some people like to burn it. Some people like to bury it. Like I said, I like to burn it. Some people like to throw it down the river. Make sure you use biodegradable paper if you do that. But things to think about. Yeah. Let me know if you need more suggestions, Living Kintsugi. The other thing that you can do is really just focus on intentional vibration management, intentional thought management. So anytime you have a negative thought, stop the thought. Go, I now cancel that thought and replace it with this affirmation of my true divine desire. And say whatever it is that you really want, you know? All right. Abigail C says, he was straight up ignoring me from Friday until Saturday. When I left yesterday, he asked what I'm doing, and when I didn't answer, he said, please don't ignore. So I said, let me find it. I think we need space, and he hasn't answered since. Good. Good, Abigail. Then you're moving in the right direction. I suggest at this point that you block him and that you don't deal with him again for a while. Okay? Or at all, maybe ever, depending on how, serious you feel about it. Bonnie says, Jillian, they love to smear. It's exhausting, ain't it though? I totally agree. Jillian, I want you to stay strong, honey. It's not worth your anxiety. I know it's your daughter, and I know it's really hard to not want your daughter to love you and not want her to be okay with you. But if she's being toxic, you've done the right thing. I'm assuming she's an adult at this point. You did the right thing. It's hard, but you did the right thing. Shelly says, narcissist free and happy. That's Anna. Congrats for you, girl or boy. I think it's a girl, Shelly. She said Anna was her name. Abigail says, I think we need space, and he hasn't answered since. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Abigail, you heard my thoughts on that. Or whatever your gender identity, says Shelly. American Woman is in the house. Hey, girl, hey. Says, from the moment my ex-narc mask was ripped off, he has never been able to look at me in the eyes. Isn't that interesting? That is very interesting, American Woman. Thank you for sharing that. Jamie B says, oh, Nadia, what a liar he is. I'm sending you positive vibes and strength for tomorrow. Yep. Bonnie has love for Timothy and Jillian. Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Shelly says, congrats, Jamie B. Nanua, hey Nanua, welcome back. Says, good for you, Kelly. Jillian says, I think now that I am stronger, my eyes are open and I'm able to see things even though I don't want to. That's the sucky part of it all, is that we can't stop seeing it once we know what we're looking for. And it's horrible, isn't it? She says, all I can do is give it to God. That's right. And continue to move forward. I did break a little on Friday. I'm so sorry, honey, but I'm really, really proud of you for seeing it this way. I know it's even more devastating when it's your own child. I know it is. But girl, you were rocking this thing, and I just want you to keep going. Your daughter might be having some weird issues, but you can't control her issues, and you can only do what you did. You told her you loved her and you needed a little space. That's okay. It's okay, Jillian. Don't beat yourself up. All right. Love says, struggling with the depression of no contact because severe hoovering follows, and he knows how alone I am. Yeah, it's terrible. But stay strong. Love, because if you can try to change that depression by focusing on what you want and not what you don't want. You don't want to be abused anymore. You don't want to be miserable anymore. You want to wake up and feel happy. You want to wake up and feel at peace and feel like you have a purpose that is bigger than just satisfying some narcissist emotional, you know, deficit, which you can't ever fill. It's a hole you can't fill. So I don't want you to dwell on that. I want you to focus on what you can control, what you do want. And maybe today would be a great day for you to sit down and think about, what do I want? What do I really want? It matters, and it helps to know, because a lot of times when we get out of these relationships, we're just like, I just want to get the hell away from this person. We don't care what happens next. Now it's time for you to decide what happens next. This could be a really good exercise for you today. Sit down and write down what you really want. I want you to try this. It's called the miracle question, okay? Get ready. Write this down. The question is, tomorrow you wake up and a miracle occurred and everything in your life is now perfect. What is happening? Where are you? Where do you wake up? Who's next to you, if anyone? What does your bedroom look like? What does your home look like? Where do you live? What do you do for a living? Money's no longer an issue in this miracle question. So what would you do if you didn't need money? Write all that stuff down. It gives you a really good idea of what you might really want in life. And when you know what you want, you can begin to work toward that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, you guys, Melina's here. So my meeting is about to start. I just want to tell you all, stay strong. Hello, Miriam. Happy to see you today. I want y'all to stay strong. I want y'all to remember that we're going to get through this. Everything is going to be okay, and I'll be here every weekday to hang out with you, and you'll see videos every day of every week. Don't forget, you can join SPAN at queenbeeing.com/SPAN. If you'd like me to text you before these sessions so that you can show up in the beginning and make sure to get your question in, you can text Angie Live, all one word, ANGIELIVE, to 33222. All right, that's all I've got for you right now. As always, thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Let me just close up here. Oh, one more thing. If you have other questions or things you want to talk to me about, hit me in the chat here, and I will read this after my meeting. All right, see you guys soon.